Renault's all-electric 5th generation Scenic reclassifies the car from an MPV to another SUV. But what makes this car different? Well, to start, this one claims up to 381 miles of range, premium interior features and long-distance usability, especially this, which is the Esprit Alpine model. With over a decade of experience in the world of EV, the Renault Scenic E-Tech marks the brand's long drive to deliver practical, long-range electric family cars built right here in Europe. The key rivals include things like the Volkswagen ID.4, the Hyundai Ioniq 5, the Peugeot 3008, which is pretty similar, and the Tesla Model Y, all targeting the affordable long-range family EV segment. The Renault Scenic first started life as a compact MPV when it launched back in 1996. I think this latest generation definitely is the best looking of them all. So let's take a look around and see what's in store. Safety concept embodied in a new innovative car. That's what Scenic stands for, just in case any of you are interested. Renault are making sure that you know that this car is safe for you and all of your family. The new Scenic actually looks pretty modern. It's very sleek. The door handles here, these are funky. As you approach the car with the key in your pocket, they automatically pop out. And then when you're in motion or the car is locked, they do fold flush. So in terms of the size, it's actually quite nice because it's small and nimble for the towns and cities. At 4.47 meters long, 1.86 meters wide, and a height of 1.57. So in terms of styling, we've got the LED headlights, which do this cool funky dance when you actually turn the car on and off. We got nice big lights down the side here. We've got nice big angles and sharp edges there, blended with nice subtle curves, which just gives this car quite a lot of character. We've got the diamond shape detailing across here in the front grille as well. Same down here in the plastic trims. They're keeping that kind of chevron going. On the Esprit Alpine model, you get these really nice diamond cut alloy wheels, which are quite unusual actually in electric cars now. They seem to have these aerodynamic wheels which are supposed to improve efficiency but do sometimes detract from the styling, but love these on the Renault. So here on the near side we also have the charging port, which is nice, so you're closest to the curb. Can take up to 11 kilowatts on an AC charger, and on a DC charger up to 150 kilowatts, and that will get you from 15 to 80% in about 37 minutes. So the rear end, we've got these nice angular lines here. We've got these fins here which help with the aerodynamics and range efficiency. We've got the chevron detailing continuing along the plastic trims here, and this satin finish here. We also have rear parking sensors and a reversing camera, which do make parking much easier at night. The LED lights do look cool. We've got the diamond shape in there as well. Electric power tailgate. The boot is cavernous with up to 545 litres when the seats are up, and then 1670 litres when the rear seats are folded down. Plus we've got the little flap you can pull up to keep things like your charging cable or punch repair kits and other bits and pieces under the floor. Decent sized boot. So here inside the cockpit, it's a nice experience. We've got lots of different textures, tones, colours. Let's walk through. Steering wheel flat bottomed and topped, which does mean that you can get your legs under nice and easily. We've got the suede on the bottom and then the vegan leather around the edges. We've got this grey fabric on top. Then on this trim level, we've got the blue wrapping around here. Then we've got this kind of leather effect on the door cards with the blue stitching in here, plus then the blue carpeted door card pockets, and then even the blue carpet on the floors. We've got this then dark charcoal grey on top, which does make it feel quite cozy, plus then the LED lighting trims, which just give it lots of different textures, feels, effects. We've got the leather effect on the edge here, again with the blue detailing. The base of the seat itself, personally I'm not a massive lover of this fabric myself. It feels a bit like a race car seat or an office chair, but it's certainly going to be quite durable over the years and will stand the test of time. I like Renault's software. I think it's very simple, it's very easy to use, and it's very intuitive. I love the fact that we've got Google Maps built in as standard, plus Google Voice Assistant. We've got a load of apps that we can install here. We can go straight through into the Google Play Store, download apps from there if you signed in to your Google account. We've got things like Apple CarPlay, which are great. Very simple. We also have then quick controls across the front here to adjust your climate settings. Now, you've got independent dual zone climate control here. It's not tri-zone, so the rear doesn't have independent heating controls. That's perhaps one little feature that might have been a nice touch in a car designed for families. The main display though for the driver, I love the fact that you can click through with this multifunction button here on the steering wheel, and that takes you through all the different screen setups. My favorite is the one which allows you to see your speedo on the left, Google Maps right in the center there, and trip computer on the right. We've got this nice little ledge here underneath the vertical screen, which is a wireless charging pad. And what's great about this is if you put your phone in there, it just keeps it nicely out the way, and then means that you're not distracted when you see notifications popping up on your screen. You've got this nice large center console here, armrest, which does slide forward. And then there's this fiddly little button underneath, which allows you to get into that, and that's quite a deep storage there. And then we've got two USB-C charging ports just on the front there. Slightly disappointingly, this does only have one cup holder in the front. So here in the rear, we've got three full-size seats, which actually do give you loads of room. So on a longer run, this would actually be pretty comfortable. And even better for the long run, if no one is in the middle, you've got this nice, decent sized armrest with cup holders in there. But then you can lift this up and you've got some storage in there, maybe for snacks. You've got two USB-C charging ports. And then we can flick these round. And if you want to watch a movie while you're on the go, you just slide your phone in there. It's nicely angled towards you. Say, for example, you want to do some doom scrolling on Instagram, you can do. So no independent controls for the heating in the rear, but you do get the rear blowers. The LED lighting does continue throughout the back here, plus the blue trim. Electric auto windows up and down, plus we've got map pockets in the backs of both pockets there. Plus you've got your ISOFIX points here on both of the outside edge seats and the front driver's seat as well, so great for children. I just wish there was an extra cup holder in the front. So the Techno Esprit Alpine model comes with the 87 kilowatt hour battery, which delivers 220 horsepower and 300 Newton meters of torque in the long range version. There are smaller battery versions available, but on the lower specs, and they have a 60 kilowatt hour battery. So the pickup on this thing is actually pretty impressive for the size of vehicle. It's 7.9 seconds 0 to 60. I like the fact that it's quite a smooth and refined car. It's not designed to be a sporty vehicle, but it certainly has that get up and go. We've got lots of different drive modes as well, from comfort, eco, there's a personal mode, so you can personalize it to exactly how you want, and we've also got sport mode as well, which does increase that throttle response and tightens everything up. But you can set the steering exactly how you like it. I personally prefer a slightly firmer steering control. I don't like it too light. I like to feel like I'm actually turning a wheel. The suspension on this thing's great in and around the town. It handles the bumps beautifully. And then when we get out onto the twisty, turny roads, you can really throw this thing around, and it holds the road extremely well. That's helped by that longer wheelbase and the suspension setup. You kind of feel like you're in perhaps like a Megane Sport or something like that from back in the day. I feel that the steering wheel feels very nice. I like all the detailing around the steering wheel. I like all the detailing around the car. I think the thing that lets this car down a little bit are the stalks. They just feel a bit cheap and plastic. I appreciate they are made of plastic, but they just feel a little bit cheap and plasticky. Could perhaps be improved upon. And one of the things I dislike about Renaults a little bit is the fact that they've got the audio controls on a little stalk that's sort of hidden behind the steering wheel. It's just a little bit awkward. I don't know why they haven't just put the buttons on the wheel. Appreciate there are quite a lot of buttons already on here, but other car brands seem to manage to get all the buttons on the wheel that you need. The visibility is a little limited. The windows aren't the deepest, not the tallest, so they're not letting in a great deal of light. So at night it does feel very dark and closed in this car. It does give you this nice cocooned feel, but the top spec, the Ioniq, does come with a panoramic sunroof, which I think would be a nice touch, just letting in that little bit more light in. In terms of the technology on the car, we've got all the standard features that you would expect from any manufacturer now. Driver awareness system is pretty good. It's very responsive, very accurate. It's not overly intensive either. The speed recognition as well, that's very good, and that does catch up quite quickly, unlike some of the other cars we've driven. But what I like the most is the fact that the noise it makes is quite non-offensive. Talking of sounds, you can actually change the sound the car makes outside to alert pedestrians that you're there. I like the fact that all the noises and sounds have been carefully thought through. It's not just a loud offensive bleep or gong. It's very subtle. A couple of other features, we've got things like one pedal driving. I've set this into one pedal driving, and I've had to set this every time I get back into the car, but it's not too difficult. You just flap the little panels there, but what that does is it actually slows the car right down. But unlike some other cars that we've driven recently, like the Kia, this one does actually bring you at a complete standstill pretty rapidly. I personally do prefer the regenerative braking. It feels more natural to me, and I prefer that on quite a high setting. For me, the one pedal driving is definitely the one. Just kick that down a little bit, and you can really feel that pull. Again, with this car, we've got the lane keeping assist, so we feel it keep us tucked in nicely in between the white lines, which is great. Creates this almost like virtual barrier around the car as well. Hey Google, navigate to Rivervale House, Brighton. So what I love as well is that it actually
300 yards at the roundabout.
So what I love actually about this is that it actually fully integrated this Google Maps system, and so it tells me not only my arrival time, but it also tells me the battery percentage, what I'm going to arrive with, so it can help me then plan my charging trips en route, which is fantastic. On this model we do have the blind spot indicator light. What's great about these mirrors actually, you've got your standard mirror, and then the outside edge is actually a wide angle mirror, just to help you see that blind spot a little bit clearer. Haven't seen that for a while now. In terms of the driving seat and driving position, the seating is very comfortable. I do wish that there was a few more options here for the angle adjustment. Personally, for me, I like to sit with my bottom a little lower, and then I like the base of the seat at the front to be tilted, so I kind of sit tilted back, so I've got a little bit of support under my thighs, just sort of behind my knees a little bit more. The back of the seat is very comfortable. The driver's seat also has a massage function, which is very, very nice, just in the lumbar, so that's quite a nice little touch. It's a car that's practical, but also you can have a little bit of fun with, and it looks really smart, and it's good value for money. So when you're driving along, everyone loves a bit of music. This particular model, slightly disappointing in terms of the sound system. For a standard sound system, it's not bad, it's not the worst, but it's just not packing the punch that I've heard from other cars with standard sound systems. However, on the Ioniq model, you do get a Harman Kardon sound system, which is then coupled with Renault's cocoon effect technology, which is supposed to give you a fully immersive sound experience. This car doesn't give you that, but it's not a bad sound system. So the Techno spec is the entry level into the Scenic range, and that starts at 35,495 and gives you things like 19-inch alloy wheels, you get fabric seats, you do only get the 60 kilowatt hour battery and a few less features, but it's a great starting place. Now this is what we have here today is the Techno Esprit Alpine, and that's 38,495, but does give you things like the 20-inch alloy wheels, slightly sportier styling, gives you electric front seats with the massage function on the driver's seat, which was very nice actually, and just a few nice little features. And you can get with that the 60 kilowatt battery or the 87 kilowatt hour battery. The iconic Esprit Alpine, a little confusing, comes in at 44,495, and that's only available with the 87 kilowatt hour battery, which does give you that much longer range. You get the premium hardened carbon audio system, plus you get the solar bay panoramic sunroof, a 360-degree camera, a smart mirror, and the 20-inch alloy wheels. The Renault Scenic E-Tech sits as a long-range family EV that competes favourably against mainstream long-range EVs, but offers premium styling and features at a competitive price. Some of its competitors would include things like the Peugeot E2008 and the all-new Moda E5, which do both offer great value, but come in around the similar price point. Will this car suit your needs? Well, if you're after a long-range electric SUV that can accommodate 5 fully grown adults, that looks pretty cool, is packed full of tech, can go the distance, has got decent alloy wheels, sporty looking styling, then this is definitely a car that you should have on your consideration list. And for the price point, it's actually very, very reasonable indeed. And on a business or personal contract hire, then they work out extremely competitively. So definitely one to check out.